Hello Web, this is Dante's Inferno, and today's topic I'm going to be talking about is websites. Now, if you're watching this, obviously you're well aware of what websites are. But back when I started role playing, the web was nothing like it is today. If you want to know anything about a gaming company, what they were going to do, what they were going to release, you almost had to go to a gaming convention just to know what they were going to release within 6 months. Now you can almost find out what their plan is for the entire year. And so I really recommend when you get into your game to find their website, go on the website, go on the blogs, read the blogs. They'll have updated rules on the stuff. They will have, character sheets where they can print off. Before we had to take our character sheets, and photocopy them. Now you can print the character sheets right off their website, and I would really recommend utilizing these tools, and probably most of you do in fact utilize these tools, but later I'm going to be explaining why there's a little bit of a concern for me when it comes to this. Now, if you can't find, I always recommend you should support your local gaming store. You really should do that first. But if you can't find your book that you're looking for, the websites most of the time will sell you the books. Even sell you PDFs of the books. So really look at what your gaming site does, and if you want to just even look at a game, because you want to, maybe you don't know anything about it, I would really suggest, not only utilizing YouTube, but I would also suggest looking at the actual site's website. It will give you a very clear idea of what the games are like. Um, Remember, utilize the blogs. Go on the blogs constantly. You should be, asking questions. If you have any questions within your book, you should be on the blog and you should, just ask it out. At times you will be battling people. All right, that just goes with the territory. You know, if you don't feel offended if you get on there and you write on there and this is what you're doing in your game, and everyone just tears you apart. It's gonna happen. It's probably happened to me multiple times, and don't be discouraged by that. There's just something within our society to call people noobs. Not just in the Halo community, but in everything. To tear someone apart. I don't know why that is, but it is in fact just it's just part of our hobby. And so don't be discouraged about blogs. Don't be afraid. I've role play with people who won't even use the blogs. You should utilize the blogs. If you have any questions with any of the rules, just ask it out. Sometimes I go on there specifically just to piss people off. That's just the way I am. I think it's funny, so. But I definitely utilize the blogs. I check on them constantly. I have various websites from each game I'm playing, and I will utilize the websites quite a bit. Um, when Now I want to talk to you about like the V20. Now I helped with the V20 was really a cool thing because they allowed their fans to help edit the book, and I was a big part of that. I loved it. I thought that was just amazing to help with that. And I battled people quite a bit on that. I had very heated battles, and sometimes it was me versus like 30 other people. But a lot of the changes that I wanted end up happening. So I was I thought that was pretty cool how they utilize that. I remember I was reading the V20 blog. They were talking about gangrels, and everyone was like, "Yeah, gangrels. They look great. They're talking about the write-up. That's great. It's great." I get on there, I was like, "No, they suck." And we end up having a heated battle over that. And I got a lot of people to support me on that. And because of that, the gangrels were slightly modified because of that. There was instance where I, tried to change the Malkavians, and I lost on that battle. But overall, I realized that I was wrong. So even though I didn't quite get what I wanted with that, in the end, I end up agreeing with them. We had huge heated battle over, protons and fortitude and celerity, and those were pretty heated discussions. And to be honest, I love the whole moment of it. Now, I went to GenCon just last year, so that'll be GenCon 2011, and I went to um, the discussion on the V20 and just the V20 book. They were just talking about the V20 book, and I was really shocked and surprised how many people, not just in the White Wolf community, but the people who actually went to the seminar, that had no knowledge of the V20 book. Now, at this point in time, like, the book was being edited. It was being printed for the first time. So all the editing was already done. So everybody who's really attended that and they had no knowledge of it, and there was a good portion of it, it kind of felt like it was close to like 70 people in the audience had no idea about the V20. I'm just going by the questions that they were asking. And some of them flat out said they had no knowledge of this. And this is just why I'm talking about this. You should go on your gaming website and you should do it. I do it like pretty much weekly. I'm going on my gaming website and I'm seeing like the updates and discussions that they're talking about. So, I was really kind of shocked how many people had just had no knowledge of the fact that they were even working on the Vampire 20th Anniversary Edition, and they missed out. I mean, even when I was in the debates, I realized there is possibly thousands of people that had no knowledge of this, because really it was like we were battling between like 100 people, if even that. Maybe it was close to more like 50. We were just battling among like 50 people, and the whole time thinking, this is a pretty popular game. Why aren't there more people on here? I almost think that they just didn't know. They just don't go on their sites. So, really, you should really, really, really utilize your gaming website. And so now they're working on the Vampire 20th Anniversary Companion Deluxe Edition. And so pretty much what I understand is the Companion Edition is pretty much going to be based on the things that they couldn't fit in the V20 book. There was a lot of things like settings, locations, possibly NPCs. They weren't things that they really couldn't fit in here, like the setting. They couldn't fit in, so they wanted to do another book. So in fact, they were doing like a open things for the fans to get on and to discuss and debate it. And so it sounds like it's pretty much done now. I didn't get too much into that. I gave out like some suggestions, but I haven't been updating it as much as I was with the when working on the V20 book. But so I haven't been as involved, but I still would keep up. I would look up the stuff and see what people were discussing. I didn't put as much input. It's a little bit harder to debate on people when it comes to like locations and settings. It's it's not the same thing as like discussing the mechanics of the game. So while I did look it up and would read it, there was very little postings from me on that. I gave some suggestions on they should add other things. I thought they should add the combat book, the World of Darkness combat book in that, because that was really more of a second edition thing. There was never a third edition with that. I believe that was just solely second edition. I thought that would be a good one to talk about. I thought that they also should discuss on the Cadus. There's almost no mentioning of there's almost no mentioning of caitiffs in the V20 book. It's almost like they forgot them. I mean, there is slight mentionings, but there's not as much as like in previous games that I've read from White Wolf. So I thought they would be a good way to bring that in. And mostly they, that didn't really happen. But they are in fact working on it, and that is definitely a book that I'm going to be getting. So as of today, and today is Saturday, March 3rd, 2012. They want to do like a Leatherbound Deluxe edition. So very similar to the V20 Leatherbound V20 edition. They want to do that with the companion book, but they need a goal of $50,000. So they've been doing like people pledging money, and as of today they got $47,313, and they've got 541 backers, and they got 12 days left to go on this. And if they do that, then they're going to be able to get the be able to put it on a Leatherbound book. And you can donate, everywhere from $5, $25, $50, 70, 100, 135, 150. I mean, it really goes all the way up to like 3,000. It goes all the way up to like $3,000. And depending on what you donate, you get other things added to that. Let's say if you were to donate $5, you pledge $5, you would get your name printed in the book, under supporters of Army of Night. You could get your name, or you could get your character's name listed in the book, which is pretty cool. A pledge of $25 or more, you get a free PDF upgrade, provided that the milestone was met. And it looks like it's going to be met. At pledge of $50 more, it looks like you receive a copy of the Deluxe V20 Companion, plus a free PDF, and you get your name or character's name listed under in the book. So, and then for $70, it looks like that's for everyone who's not in the United States or Canada, to be able to get that, because of the shipping cost. Pledge of $100, you can get, it looks like you get 2 free copies of the book, a free PDF, and so then you also get another option for $100. You can get your name under the Elder section. So that's pretty cool. And I mean, it just goes up, and like at $3,000, like pretty much you can do like a game session, like a 4-hour game session through Skype with these guys. And again, there's 12 days left. I would suggest if you it's a great deal. I mean, if you want to check it out, I would suggest pledging. It's going to happen regardless. I mean, they're they only got they're only about $3,000 away and 12 days left to go. And their goal is $50,000, in order to go ahead and make the Leatherbound book. I'm not really sure exactly why they feel that they need to do this. I don't know, maybe they thought there's not enough people or to do it, but they're very close. And I'm really suspect they're going to hit their goal well before the 12 days are up. I mean, it just goes up. It's been going up every day. So I thought I better post this before it has a chance to end, because the last thing I want you guys to do is to miss out on this opportunity. I mean, that's a cool thing to get your name published in the book. or your character's name, and that's just, I mean, that's just with the $5 pledge. I mean, that's pretty cool, and you know, I would hate for you guys to miss out just because, you know, we didn't, you know, update. You haven't checked on these websites, and this is just why you should do this. You know, a lot of game companies kind of do this. I mean, this is like, I mean, not too many do, you know, this particular, but they do a lot of interaction with their fans, and so that's really why you should be checking on, you know, on these web pages periodically. Um, and really, you know, I'm going to try to list a lot of the websites for various games on this page, just for, you know, people who, you know, don't know where to look for. But most of the time, I mean, if you just, you know, Google search, you know, your game's name, you know, you should be able to find the company. You generally don't even have to put in the company's name, but I'll try to find as many websites as I can and post it on this, just so you can like follow along. And I mean, as of right now, I think that'll be it. And this is just local Diablo reminding you the devil's in the details. Goodbye.